We've looked at mechanical keyboards in the past for under $60. I've actually just reviewed one that looks really sweet. It'll be on card now in case you missed it. But today we're taking a look at a mechanical keyboard for under $50. Obviously at this price point we're gonna see some cutbacks, but I'm gonna let you guys know what it offers and if it's worth picking up. A couple of things that stood out to me when I first got this was one, the cool retro typewriter-esque look that this keyboard has, and two, the weight. This keyboard is one of the heaviest keyboards that I have ever felt, which is weird because there is no metal to be found here. The entire keyboard is made out of plastic, which I think at this $48 price point is unacceptable. I've seen keyboards that cost less and still give you an aluminum frame. On top of the plastic build quality, the bottom and the sides are glossy, which is a big no-no when it comes to anything gaming related, as it not only looks cheap but quickly gets smudged up and covered in fingerprints. The plastic material on top of the keyboard does a great job of looking like metal, but again, it's not. Instead, we get a matte textured plastic. Now, since the frame is plastic, I thought there would be some flex, but any flex is non-existent. Sandwiched between the glossy plastic and the textured plastic is a thin red strip that wraps around the entire keyboard. This strip does not illuminate, there are no LEDs underneath it. While I think this red strip looks really cool, as soon as I turn on the backlighting, it quickly begins to look out of place. Why yellow? Why yellow with a red strip? Why not offer a RGB version for $10 more? All those are questions that came to my mind during testing with this keyboard. If Ajazz had offered a RGB variant of this keyboard, I wouldn't have any complaints with the color scheme. Anyway, my little rant is almost over, but first let's go ahead and talk about some of the color modes you get here. You got a couple cool modes to choose from, like breathing and this cool burst effect and a few others, but what I don't understand is why you cannot just have a static color option with no effects. It really just does not make any sense. Not everyone wants some crazy effect with those LEDs being extremely bright. I think they end up being distracting, so obviously I'm not too happy with the design choices that Ajazz went with. But let's go ahead and talk about the most important part of any gaming keyboard, and that's how it performs. As far as latency goes when gaming, actions happened as soon as the key was pressed and I had zero issues with any delay. However, I did have a hard time adjusting to the rounded keycaps. Since the keycaps are circular, it leaves a gap in between the keys, and that's what threw me off. For the first couple of days, I found myself pressing the wrong keys when gaming or typing. Don't get me wrong, I love the retro look of these keycaps, but when it comes to gaming, they're just not as comfortable as the standard keycaps. Pros: black switches, braided cable. Cons: only yellow backlighting, no static color options, all plastic build, cheap filling. There's a whole lot I really do not like about this keyboard, and to me the cons outweigh the pros, and for that reason alone I cannot recommend this keyboard to you guys. Save your money, check out some of my other keyboard reviews, or go ahead and ask me in the comments what keyboard I recommend for your specific budget, and I'll go ahead and try to help you out. With that being said, if you still want to pick this keyboard up, I'll drop links in the description for you guys. But if you guys did enjoy the video, you already know what to do. Smack that like button. If you haven't yet, definitely check out some of my other content. Consider subscribing. I would appreciate it greatly. I'm signing off. Catch you guys in the next one.